Welcome, welcome, my divine souls. Welcome to the final episode of Yin and Yang. And if you've made it this far, now you're ready. I'm not going to say you've graduated because, through life, Yin and Yang will always be with us. But you get to merge everything you've learned so far, at least from me. There are a lot of other people that have more information for you on this very subject. They can probably even go more in depth than I have, but I've primed you. You're ready for more, right? So, like I said, if you made it this far, I'm celebrating you. Pat yourself on the back. Good job. Because the wisdom we've shared, not just settled and activated you. It's ancient and alive and ready to activate your body, mind, and soul to merge as one, as wholeness. So, if you're ready, let's rewind. See you in a minute. The dance of duality, the yin and the yang. And if you've been walking with me through these last two episodes, this journey so far, I honor your soul's devotion. Wait there. I'll get to you in a second. Allow yourself to just feel and be without you judging you, without you trying to fix you, is yin. Those aren't bad things to have for you. Because in service to others, you know that all these things are taken care of for you because you are vibrationally part of the others. I actually can hear myself laugh and enjoy. Or sometimes it's that moment where I sit there doing absolutely nothing, but feeling so good in doing absolutely nothing. And what does yang look like for me in my life? Am I overusing it? Am I avoiding it? What does yang look like in my life? What does yin look like in my life? These are embodying questions that we've already learned just a little bit about. You haven't broke open everything about you because you're still having a journey. You're still living a story. So let's begin with the first segment. Today, we're going to explore what it means like to become a co-creative consciousness that creates. You think I said the same thing over and over again, but a co-creator in consciousness or awareness that creates, using the gifts and tools that you were born with using yin and using yang. Life is about growth and expansion. You get to walk through your journey and decide what works for you and what doesn't. Clarity through yin. Clarity through action, your yang. It's the gifts that you were given. They were built in. So let's start. What is soul alignment? That's segment 1. Your thoughts, your words, your actions are connected to your truth not your trauma. Trauma is a part of your story. They are identified by your feelings and your emotions about what you're going through, but they are not your truths. They are telling you how you feel about a truth that you have that might need adjustment. You are your essence. You have an ego, but you are not your ego. And your ego gets to merge with you through yin and through yang. So let's break it down. Yin and yang are not just tools of spiritual balance. They are vehicles of how you come into alignment, how you learn and how you grow, how you operate your tools in your backpack. Yin is just as much a directory as yang is. If you're opening up a new toy of yours, you're going to read the directions. That's all yin and yang are. They're vibratory directions within you. Let's break it down. Yin connects you to the inner world, from within to the out. It connects you to your soul's whisper or your soul's yes, crying out saying, glorious. It connects you to your soul's intention and your soul's vision. Growth, expansion, taking time away from stress and push. And just having that quiet moment. Remember, quiet is also moving. It's movement. Everything in the universe moves, even yin. It's energy. It's got to move. But your yin gives you the moments for pause and reflection. We learned that in the last 3 episodes. Your yang helps you to move with truth. Truth is perceptional. It's your truth. Remember, we learned that a thought, if you grab hold of it and give action to it, it can become a belief. And if you grab hold and keep that belief and give it energy, your energy, it can become your truth. And you can ride that truth as long as you so desire. Even if it's not for your highest and greatest good, but you keep letting it replay and you keep playing within that energy, energy is going to do what it is required to do, to produce for you, to manifest for you, to be a version of you. Yang helps you to move through that truth. Even if that truth is no longer for your greater good and you haven't moved, you haven't moved. You haven't changed it. You haven't altered it. You haven't transformed it. It's still going to help you move through that truth that you are holding for yourself. Yang helps you to act on or act in, not just on, your divine guidance or your intuitive knowingness, but it helps you bring the unseen into the form realm. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. So let's talk about yang being purpose without or vision without purpose. Some people call that lost potential. Yin can be purpose without vision. You can get stuck in yin because you're in the energy. You've been given something. You woke up with this dream all the time, but you don't take action into it. It's empty. It has no movement. You get to ask yourself a directive of questions so that you can find out where you're more in. Are you stuck in your yin? Yin is very good for you. Taking pause is very good to you. Are you stuck in it though? Why are you taking a pause? Are you taking that pause so long because you're in fear, or you have you're scared of making the wrong, taking the wrong action, or making the wrong decisive move? Are you stuck in your yan? Are you always making moves before you discern it, before you take pause in it and have an intuitive and listen to your intuitive hits? This is part of life as you're living. And yes, we do need both. And when I started this series, it was about getting away from the misnomers about yin and yang only being divine feminine and divine masculine, and only being about the physical. Because if we dive into the energy of who we are, if we've really committed that we are body, mind, and soul, and that our soul has, or our higher being has came here for the journey and it chose you, you can be equally balanced in that yin and yang. There's no spiritual bypassing. You don't stop being the humanist within you. You don't stop living just because you figured out that you got a higher being that is coming in sync with you. That's where the living starts. Because you get to, in your yin, have quietness to have a conversation, or listen to a conversation being told to you by your higher self, or told to your egoic self, and you get to be that fly on the wall. Just because you learn all of this is not about you not living. It is about you living. How do you want to live it? How do you want to create it? Those are your choices. We need both the yin and the yang energy within us. And you're certainly welcome to be out of balance with it, because that's a free will choice. But you're certainly welcome to be in balance or in sync with both your yin and your yang, and all your choices of being a co-creator with the universe. We do need both. We're born with both. Every male on this planet is born with yin energy and yang energy. So you want me to say that this way? Every male form in beingness, not just in humanness, is born with yin and yang energy, masculine and feminine energy. It has nothing to do with your penis. And vice versa for women. Women are born with both yin and yang, masculine and feminine energy, and it has nothing to do with our vaginas. The energy has nothing to do with that part. When you're using that part, energy does flow. But you don't have to be having sex to be invited to use your yin and your yang energy. You don't have to be a great lover to manifest. I know we were told that. And I know that for a long time that we were told that the penis is much more powerful than the vagina, and the vagina is so soft, and where we're supposed to give birth and be nurturing and whatnot. But you have, as a woman, you have the power to be masculine and feminine at the same time. To be intuitive and take action at the same time. That's growth and that's expansion. Manifestation is not about just asking for what you want. It's about becoming what you want. It's about becoming what you desire. It's about becoming what you need before the action of manifestation even occurs. Some may call that faith. But it's energetically and emotionally and spiritually charged energy that wants to create for you. From the within, manifesting to the without. Yin energy can be holding on to a vision, feeling a desire. It can be trusting the unseen, stepping into the unknown to make it known. It could be surrendering to divine timing or aligned timing, or just timing, period. It can be visualizing and being so deep in that visualizing that you've actually already thought you've lived it. It can be a dream that you're coming out of, and it felt like you're stepping out of reality into something that's not reality. Yin is opening yourself to receiving. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Dwayne. Hi, Cosmic Threader. Welcome in, Starseed Journey. Thank you for joining me. Yang energy in manifestation is about taking aligned and courageous action, where sometimes you never wanted to dare tread, you go ahead and do it anyway, because you've had so many aligned yin moments that have just constantly been dropping you into it. And you just go, okay, I'm going to do it. That's the third time I had that dream. Then the next time something opens up to me in my actual world that I'm living in, I'm going to go for it. Yang is about taking action in intention, moving through your body, showing up consistently for yourself or for others, if you have no problem with that. Embodying your faith through your movement, embodying you through your movement. True manifestation happens when your yin and your yang is balanced. It doesn't have to be balanced all the time. But manifestation happens at that moment when you, through your energy from within is balanced, so balanced enough that it opens a door so that the manifestation becomes form for you. You look like every nephew's favorite aunt. I don't know whether to say thank you. I've never heard that statement before. But if it's for my highest and greatest good, I'll receive it. If it's not, we'll just let it flow. You receive downloads. That's called yin. Then you build the bridge to it. That's called yang. It's receive and respond, not think and wait. But you can do that if you wish to, because it's free will. Before we go on to segment 3, we're going to have a brief video from Alan Watts. So it's about 4 minutes. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't.
We experience the world around us. We identify with the subject, the knower. We don't identify with what we see. But as a matter of fact, if there is nothing seen, there is no experience of a seer. If there is no seer, there is no experience of anything seen. They both go together in the same way as the black and the white. And this idea that the yes and the no, the black and the white, the inside of a class, say we draw a square as representing fundamentally the idea of class. I can't have a square which doesn't have both inside and outside. They go together. And in Buddhism, this going together is called shunya. Although this is often translated void, it means that the inside of the square cannot exist, is void without the outside, the subject without the object, the black without the white. This, of course, is represented in this fundamental Chinese figure of the yang, or the positive principle, and the yin, or the negative principle, like two fishes, constantly circulating, going round and round and round and round in the alternations of life. Now, the question is, are these two fishes involved in a fight? Is the white one eating up the black one, and the black one trying to eat up the white one? If that is the situation, then of course life is fundamentally nothing but a grim contest. If this one up here is the good fellow, and this one is the bad fellow, if this is order and this is chaos, then a fight goes on between them. And that's largely the way in which our technology has interpreted man's situation as against nature. This is man, the white, the good fellow. This is nature, the dark, the bad fellow. And the white one has got to eat him up. But what happens if the white fish succeeds in eating up the dark fish? The white fish disappears as well as the dark one, because the white one is only there in relation to the dark. So then, if these two fishes, as it were, wake up, if this one wakes up and this one wakes up, which is called awakening in Buddhism, they realize they're one. In other words, they go together. They're inseparable from each other. And this realization is that experience, which is called in Zen Satori, or in Buddhism, Bodhi, awakening. This sudden dawning on our consciousness that life is not really a contest to make yes triumph over no, to make the positive triumph over the negative. The two sides go together. And then one sees in this strange way that underlying all that is negative in the world, all that is in a way painful and evil, there is a kind of necessity to it. It goes with the good. It is necessary for the good. Disorder is necessary for the manifestation of order, just as you must have, say, a black background to show up a light figure. And then when one sees that, a profound transformation takes place in one's attitude to the world. That is to say, instead of looking upon life as a contest, it becomes a dance, it becomes a game. One doesn't withdraw from it, one doesn't stop living, but one goes into the game so that these revolving fishes are no longer trying to eat each other, but they're just going around dancing, having the biggest fun in the world. So then, must we have fixed in our minds the idea that all the forms and patterns of nature are simply methods of attack or defense, that they are devices for camouflage, that they are simply lures for sexual attraction or other utilitarian purposes? Or can we see in them a dance, a joyous cosmology?
I'm just taking a moment to take it in. Joyous, cosmic, or cosmology. A joyous dance. If there is a negative, there has to be a positive. If there is a positive, there has to be a negative. If there is dark, there has to be light. What a wonderful segue into segment 3, the universal law of inspired action. The law of inspired action, as far as manifestation, requires that movement is continuous, that it is aligned with soul. And soul is learning about everything, including fear. If there is courage, there has to be fear. Here is where many people get stuck, because they feel that they only have to be in positive, that they only have to be in bliss. But the soul is coming, or has come, if it's chosen you, has come to have an experience. And the divine gave itself both polarities to learn about life. Where we get stuck is we think that our divine has a like and a dislike. Our higher being doesn't have a like and a dislike. It just wants to learn. What do you like? And why do you like it? What do you want to feel? And why do you want to feel it? If you're feeling dislikes, explain this emotion to me. Your higher being came to learn all polarities. It didn't come to judge you about you diving into a polarity that's not for your highest and greatest good, because eventually you're going to learn that you don't like the way it feels. And you make a different choice. But you certainly don't have to, because that's also free will. You can be as stuck as you want to be in it. You can be as stuck as you want to be in the yin. You can be as stuck as you want to be in the yang. You can believe that yin and yang energy is only about your physical body, your penis and your vagina, and that's it. You certainly can be that way. And you certainly can do that. And then you don't get to dive in to the real meat and potatoes of the energy and how it manifests for you. You can do that. It's not because Alan Watts said it, but the divine is giving you the information for you from more than just me and more than just Alan Watts or Michael Beckwith or Michael Michael A. Singer or Rhonda Byrne, or from any of the books that are being revealed and found that go back centuries. You get to decide what you want to do with your yin and your yang, because you were born with it. Your yin and your yang can take you on a journey to endless possibilities, infinite possibilities. Not finite, though you can go there too. The law of inspired action, manifestation requires movement that is aligned with your soul, not fear. Fear is just to learn from. Your soul is not going to be aligned with fear because it didn't come from fear. It's recalling where it came from, and fear wasn't part of that. It's accessible through duality in this parameter that we're in, this quantum within this duality. Because there's quantum without or outside of this duality. You can get to the point where your negative polarity and your positive polarity merge with each other, and you just start living life. You don't even look at labels anymore. And know that it's okay for you to do that. You can look at third density. You may be living in third density, but you may be seeing it a whole different way, and that's okay. That's where your yin and your yang will take you on that journey. I'll put it better. This is where many people get stuck. They sit in their yin and they visualize, or they try affirming, but they can't really visualize it because their ego is telling them, I don't see that. You must be lying to me. I don't see how we can do that. So I don't see where you're going to get there. So you may have gotten the download, or you may have seen it intuitively, but you can't see how to get there. So you never take action. Or you stay in the yang, forcing yourself, or forcing the hustle, or pushing the grind, or disconnecting, period, from your intuitive wisdom. And you close the communication between your higher self and your egoic self. Your ego doesn't die. It's energy. It's learning to create. It's learning to merge. It's learning to become. It's part of you. It always will be. Your ego's not a bad thing. To listen to your ego isn't a bad thing either. To actually have a conversation between your higher mind and your ego is teaching you. It's opening you up to educating yourself in body, mind, and soul, in the outside and the inside. Yin helps you to feel what's true. Yang helps you to act on it. And what's true for you, what's real for you. Because what is real for you and what grows and expands you may not grow and expand the people that are around you. Examples. Your soul gives you a vision to teach, write, or start something new. This one, perfect example of me. Yin lets that idea flow inside you. It's like a seed. But if you don't move into the yang, if you don't write, if you don't speak, if you don't build, you can it can remain unmanifested, and you can kind of feel empty. So here's 2 questions. I certainly had to ask these questions. What truth have I received that I didn't act on? I can answer that one for you. Writing my book, every time the divine intuitively would push that book to the front burner and say, okay, get started, I would resist and push it to the back burner. Nope, it's not time. I'm scared. I have a fear nobody would read it. I don't know what to say. At that same time, I also had to start asking myself, what step could I take to fully trust in my vision? I have a higher being. What step do I need to take to trust my intuitive self? My intuitive self is what came here to experience. My experience doesn't have to be your experience, and your experience doesn't have to be mine. We might be in each other's story, but I guarantee you, you're having a story while I'm having my story, and we're complementing each other at some point. We can ask how. Maybe you came to activate me. Other people might use the word trigger, but maybe you came to activate me, to get me to ask an embodying question. What in me attracted this person to come say this, or to put themselves in front of me and say something that wasn't comfortable for me? It might have been totally comfortable for that other person, but why here? Why now? What am I learning? What is it teaching me that I'm not enough in my yin, or is it teaching me that I'm not enough in my yang? Is it teaching me that I'm not balanced at all? Your purpose is not your job or your title. It's the frequency of your soul. When you have that yin moment of silence, of pause, you get to ask your higher self, why me? Why now? Why here? What do you want? I've done it my way, but we're having this pause and ask yourself, what am I supposed to be learning? What action am I supposed to be taking? What's my intuitive guidance telling me? How is my conscious, aware action moving it? Your yin practices can be aligned with your soul purpose by regular meditations or stillness or prayer, or just having that when you're standing in line and the grocery store is the loudest it has ever been and the lines are the longest. Take a breath. Take that moment and pause. And ask yourself, what energy am I in? And is it for my highest and greatest good? What would I like to see now? Take a pause. The rest of the store won't know that you're taking a pause, that you're having a moment of intuitive guidance, open you up and say, I would really love if the line, a few more lines opened up. That would really be great. Sometimes you have a moment to journal. Sometimes when you wake up in the morning and don't be afraid if all you can write is one word. If all you remember from a dream is just a small moment, write it down. Or one word. Maybe that word is going to be the word that's going to lead to you writing lyrics to a new song or a new poem, or starting your book, or having this intuitive moment to do a video. Journal what you call your downloads. Journal what's called your soul nudges. Trust your inner knowing, even when it's not logical, even when it doesn't make sense to your egoic self. Sometimes just rest when your body is telling you not to, because your body is doing things en route and it's just grind. And your intuitive self is saying, take a moment. Just rest. Just take a moment. All you got to do is maybe stand, you're at work, go to a space and just stand there. Look out the window. You're at home and the kids are yelling up a storm. Go stand in your bedroom for just a few minutes, or outside on the patio, or outside in the backyard. Take that moment. Yeah, I know. We've been told that those moments are selfish, that you got to grind. Yarn practices to align with your soul purpose while you're living life can look like creating and sharing your gifts. Whatever those are like. You could be creating the next comic book series. It may not make sense to anybody else that's with you, that might be wanting to, give your ego an ear, or your ego taking an ear to somebody saying, well, that's not not going to work out really, really well. There's no money in that. Somebody telling you all you're going to be is a failed painter, because there's no money in painting. Take your steps to you creating and sharing your gifts. Taking brave action, even when it's uncomfortable. Been there, done that. But every time I took a new step into my uncomfortability, it opened up something beautiful for me. And I use myself as the example. I know you're not going to be like me, but take what resonates for you. Leave the rest alone. You get to build structure. That's what Yan is. Building structure to support your calling. Stepping into the places that support you for your intuitive glimpses. Sometimes it's saying yes to opportunities that is going to challenge you, that is going to feel a little uncomfortable. Welcome in, Finding Authentic Love. Welcome in, Casey Starr, my daughter from another mother. Yan is saying yes, even though it's uncomfortable. Been there, done that. I remember the very first time I ever went live on Instagram. I went live. I did, I was talking about universal laws then, right? Excited. I think one person came in, but once I got started talking, I felt more comfortable. And then I did it again and again and again. And then I started talking to actually, clicking that button and letting somebody else in that we could have a conversation about. You take a small step for you. That's what yan is. Soul alignment means that you are not just talking about your purpose. You're actually living it. One small step at an aligned time. So here's some more intuitive questions that you can ask. I wrote them down so I can make sure that I remember the formula, how I learned it. Then you get to tweak it. What truth have I received recently through my yin that I haven't acted on through my yang? Powerful. If you're going to go back into your past, that's the perfect question, because you go back with intention to understand something that has already took place. It can only change and evolve in your now, because you have to bring it back into the now when the intuitive question is answered, or your embodiment question is answered. Where am I still waiting for perfect moments? We're waiting for perfect moments. That's what our ego tells us. It has to be that perfect moment. Perfect is overrated. It just has to be a moment. It might be uncomfortable for you, but it just has to be a moment. How can I create instead of waiting for that perfect moment? How can I create? What do I step into? That's living. These are questions that you can continually embody as long as you're living them. No right or wrong to it, just a doing, just a becoming, just a moment that flows. You get to also ask, what does an aligned co-creative life look like for me? What does an aligned co-creative life look like for me? This is what it looks like for me. Growth, expansion, inspiring, motivating, teaching, educating, becoming more aligned as I do, serving others, knowing that service to myself is already taken care of. I'm already grounded in it. Know about it intuitively and in action in the now of it, not about it in theory. You can learn everything you want to learn, but if you don't practice it, you get to ask yourself another question. Why am I doing that? Wonderful to see you, Grace. Thank you for your support. There is always an embodiment question for the yin and the yang. You get to ask in any areas of your life, Am I more in my yang about this? Or am I more in my yin about this? How do I become balanced in both my yin and my yang about this situation or about this circumstance or about this conversation that I am having right now? The moment you open up that embodiment question, you open yourself up to your intuitive hits from your higher being, your soul, whatever your label is, for growth and for expansion. I believe the question is, can you explain the difference between these two? The difference between yin is you taking your pauses and exploring your pause moments into your intuitive hits. Yin is about you being in your moments of being able to take your pauses and genuinely, intuitively understand yourself, your choices that come through as downloads or taking pauses, that it's okay to take a moment and step back from yourself as well. That it's okay for you not to have to grind. That it's okay for you to come off a dream and not understand it, but write it down because it might make sense to you later. To be kind to yourself in those pauses. Not just kind to other people, because we're taught to grind, Grace. But yin helps you to take a pause. Usually, when we're in yin, we're taught that, oh, that's lazy. You need to grind. Yang is taking action with what yin just showed you. But you can also be too much in your yang, where you're always go. Even though your body will say, hey, slow your roll. I need to rest. And you'll go, nope, I got to do it till I drop. And then you drop. And you get upset because the doctor tells you, you got to stop. You got to slow your roll. You're gonna make your body have a heart attack, or your body is just gonna give out on you, and you think it's the doctor's fault that they're trying to deliver some negative energy to you, but it's your body listening and saying, yeah, come on, slow your roll. I need to come in alignment, and I need to have some balance. Right? I have definitely been in yin. I have been in pause for a little bit. I have been listening and making small changes as I go. Then you're balancing your yin with your yang. That's being in both. To make a change is action. Growth and expansion. Yes? So here we are, beautiful souls, full circle. There is so much more to learn about yin and yang, or if you want to call it divine feminine, divine masculine, however you choose to call it, whatever works for you. I'm not saying that divine feminine and divine masculine aren't titles that you can use. But understand the titles when you place them on physical parts of your body. That's just where your energy is held. It's just where it centers. It just happens to be where your vagina is. It just happens to be where your penis is. But it doesn't mean that it can't give you the vibrational movement that you need to use your vagina or your penis. It has, that energy comes from within and moves out. And it's about, it helps you to manifest. Now, if you want to say it helps you to manifest a baby, go ahead. But biology takes care of that. You don't even have to activate your energy. I love that. Enjoying this episode with some cacao and raw honey. That's action. That's Jan. You can tap into your yin and your yang and balance it. It's not saying that you got to be in total balance all the time, because you're living life. You're going to have these situations and circumstances come up for you, or some people think happening to you. But if you're thinking it's happening to you, then you need I would say that would be a good time to find out, am I in more my yin or am I in more my yang? Am I balanced? Because if you think that the world is doing you a dirty, then maybe you're not in your balance. And all it's requiring of you is to ask another embodying question. Because yin energy and yang energy were meant to create, help you be a co-creator with the creator, simply wanting to grow, to expand, to become versions of itself, right? Versions of itself in duality. So here we are, beautiful souls, full circle. We began with the dance of yin and yang, and we moved through the universal laws and returned to our divine nature, a co-creator, a bridge of what you might call heaven and earth, or heaven and the action of duality. From the realm of the quantum, becoming more. Sometimes pulling back just a little bit to balance you, and then thrusting forward a little bit to balance you the other way. Like walking, right? You are not here to hustle endlessly, but you can if you want to. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Nor are you here to wait passively, but you can. Take what resonates. It's free will. You're here to listen and to move. You're here to receive and to act. You are here to rest and rise. This is what you might call the rhythm, or a sacred rhythm, or a spiritual or cosmic rhythm of yin and yang. The dance of flow, the dance of alignment, the dance of soul purpose and soul embodiment. If this series has supported you in any way, I invite you to revisit the replays. They're in my YouTube, and they're also on my Spotify. I invite you to check it out. Put it in your library. Share it with someone for growth and for expansion. Share me. Grow, expand, become. Share your authenticity. Remind yourself of your internal power that is waiting to expand outwardly and be part of your co-creation. Invite yourself to revisit any part of you that needs your growth and expansion through yin and yang, not as judgment, but as an embodying question. Especially if you're holding on to something that clearly you can't let go of. You might need to give your internal self help. And sometimes teaching it how you balance yourself is more than what your ego needs. It needs to hear from you why you don't want to feel a certain way anymore, and tuning in and tapping into your higher self of why you want to change, because your higher self is looking for learning. And that's why yin and yang become available to you in recall. Exactly. Pulling back, making changes, and readjusting. Your computer has a restart button. Sometimes when your computer gets stuck, you have to go restart it. You may not have to shut it down, but there's a little button kind of to the bottom of your left of the computer, and you can put it to sleep. You can restart it. You can shut it down all the way. You get choices. These are infinite choices that you get to choose from. If your soul feels called, share it with others. If you feel that you have been called to share, then truly share. It doesn't matter if they don't take in the information right away. It doesn't matter if only 2 people come to your platform. Those were definitely the 2 that were meant there. It doesn't matter whether they hit the heart or not. They came in, they got some information, and then they're gone, and 2 more come in. That's growth. That's expansion. Remember or recall, you are both the moon and the sun. You were born to shine through both. Growth and expansion was meant to happen. Even if you are unaware of it, or as some might say, unconscious to it, energy is still creating for you. It's creating by your thoughts. It's creating by your words that turned into action from your thoughts. It's creating from the energy of those words that became your belief. And then it's creating from the energy of your belief that became your truth. So let's recap one more time before I say until next time. Understanding yin and yang, foundations of duality, the dance with duality. balance, yin and yang, and the universal laws, the cosmic design. Living yin and yang, embodying practice and ritual. In this final episode, co-creation and soul purpose, manifestation and alignment. Right? I'm just making sure that I got everything that needs to help. I finally found it. It finally came up. Before I leave, Grace had asked, what's the difference between yin and yang? Yin and yang are fundamentally fundamental to Taoism. They are used to describe how seemingly opposite and contrary forces are interconnected. They are interdependent on each other in the natural world. Yin and yang depicts balance, where the black side is yin, contains a small dot of white, and vice versa, emphasizing that each contains the seed of the other. Yin is associated with qualities like feminine energy, receptivity, darkness, coolness, passivity, and intuition and nurturing. Yang is associated with qualities like masculine energy, activity, light, warmth, action, logic, and assertiveness. These two are meant to be fluid and to dance with each other. They are not to fight each other. But they are energy that can be whatever you want. So if you want to fight, if you want to resist, they certainly will give that to you. So, as I come to a close, I say thank you very much for these 4 weeks and these 4 wonderful, wonderful episodes. And I hope you join me next Tuesday. We're going to be talking about a little quantum, a little light language, and growth and expansion. Learning about the quantum energy. Wow. Merging scientific with spirituality, or if you want to say religion. So, thank you for holding space for this broadcast. Thank you for coming in and sharing your wonderful vibration with me. So I close this with 10845, 10845, 10845. Take your energy, hold it, grow, expand, shift, evolve, and then wash, rinse, and repeat. Thank you so, so much. One love, wholeness and balanced love to you and yours.
Step into 2026 with intention and sacred purpose. Join Sacred Light Healing and Wellness for a transformative 3-day New Year's retreat at the historic Apple Butter Inn in Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania. From December 31st through January 2nd, immerse yourself in cacao ceremonies, healing gong baths, and conscious manifesting workshops led by renowned practitioners Sadhanam Singh, Jesse Thomas, Katrina Durant, and Empress Dawn Faya. Enjoy live music by Shy Brown and Evan Sturgeon while nourishing your body with plant-based meals and resting in luxury rooms with fireplaces and memory foam beds. This is your safe space to heal, connect with soul family, and consciously celebrate the new year.